Welcome to Gallman Field of the Beck Center Pacelli Game of the Week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Coca-Cola and Glenn Smith Chevy GMC. I'm Dave Plata. We'll have all the action as Pacelli takes on Creekside in a GIAA girls softball showdown. Game just gotten underway. Things got started about 28 minutes late. Driving down from Fairburn, I don't have to tell anybody about what I-85 looks like. Here we go. Desire Randall at the plate, the first baseman for Creekside, leading things off. On the mound is Tally Ellis for Pacelli, and the freshman. And right now the count is 2-1 on the leadoff hitter. Ellis looking and getting the sign. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a little bit high, ball three. As for Randall came into the game hitting .250 with 3 runs batted in and 7 runs scored. Creekside off to a 4-1 start. They are a GHSA Class 4A ball club and ball 4. So the opening hitter walks. Ellis issuing a walk to start the game. That'll bring up Deja Wesley, the shortstop for the Creekside Seminoles. Wesley hitting .429 in the season with 7 runs batted in and a team-leading 7 runs scored. We'll take a look at the starting lineup in just a moment. Let's get this first pitch on their way. Ellis looking in, getting the sign, and getting set. First pitch a little bit low. Runner dancing a little bit off first base. Just one note about Creekside. They have 97 stolen bases in 5 games. There is a lot of speed on this ball club. So 1-0 count on Deja Wesley. Tally Ellis delivers. Swing fouled off for strike 1. A warm evening here at Gallman Field. Not a bad night for softball, to say the least, right now. The temperature 84 degrees with a nice little breeze going on. Let's take a quick look at that starting lineup for Creekside if we could. Desire Randall leading things off, playing first base. Deja Wesley, the shortstop, batting second. She's up now. Sinai Smith, the catcher, hitting third, with Sherelle Ingram hitting cleanup at center. Ivory Kondo, the third baseman, hitting fifth. Alana Taylor, second base, hitting 6th. Jada Farmer, left fielder, hitting 7th. Anissa Hall, the right fielder, hitting 8th. And Jada Wallace pitching, batting 9th. Let's get back to the lineup here. And on that pitch, it was a ball, and Desire Randall stealing second base. For Randall, it's her 9th stolen base of the season. So the count is 1-2 now on Deja Wesley. Nobody out, runner on second. Next pitch, a little bit outside, and that evens the count at 2-2. Tally Ellis on the mound. Leah Jimenez is catching for Pacelli. Infield, Bella McBride, J.C. Watkins, Madison Green, Emma Andrews, third to first. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Wesley striking out. And so Pacelli getting 1 out on the board. That'll bring up Sinai Smith, the catcher, the number 3 hitter. Smith, the leading hitter on the team. She comes into the game hitting .444 with a couple of runs batted in and 5 runs scored. Pacelli's outfield, Amanda Acevedo, Reagan Dixon, and Lucy Champion. And Tally Ellis getting ready, getting the sign. Here's the first pitch to Sinai Smith. Up a little high, ball 1. Ellis coming into this game with 4 appearances on the season, a 2-1 record, a 5.60 ERA. In 15 innings, she's given up 19 hits, 14 runs, 12 of them earned. Got 19 strikeouts and 3 walks, now 4 in this ball and 20 strikeouts. Next pitch, up a little high. Ball 2. 2-0 count now on Sinai Smith. Pacelli off to a pretty good start here. 4-4 on the season. This is their first year of playing varsity ball after getting a restart and playing a JV schedule last year. They have been impressive, to say the least. Ellis is 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 2-1 count now on Sinai Smith. Ellis trying to keep that runner in scoring position from getting any further. 2-1, up high. She breaks for third, the throw, and she is out. Gun stealing by Leah Jimenez. Bella McBride putting the tag on her. So that is out number 2. Good defense by the Vikings. So nobody on base. 3-1 count now, and number 3 hitter Sinai Smith. Ellis getting the sign from Jimenez, and the 3-1. Fouled off into the street. No cars endangered on that one. So it's a full count now on Sinai Smith. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Creekside and Pacelli scoreless in this one. The 3-2. Fouled off once again, and again into the street. The count remains 3-2. Ellis getting some defensive help, taking care of business. The Vikings trying to get out of this thing with no damage at all. The 3-2 delivery. In the dirt, ball 4. And so Smith walks. So we have a runner on first base with 2 outs here. And cleanup hitter Sherelle Ingram coming to the plate, the center fielder. Ingram on the season walked 3 times. All 3 plate appearances she has walked. First pitch, strike. Runner goes for second to throw down. And she is safe. Second baseman Madison Green wasn't quite able to lay the tag on Sinai Smith. So Smith stealing second base, her 15th of the season. She leads the team in stolen bases, and she's the catcher. 0-1 pitch. A little bit low, 1-1. 1-1 count now on Sherelle Ingram. Ellis delivers. It catches a knee, strike. So 1-2 count now on Sherelle Ingram. Vikings looking to get out of an early minor jam here with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs here in the top of the first. The pitch. Off the fist, a 1 hopper to second, throw over to first. Got her by a step. Nice play by Madison Green, and that ends the inning. In the inning, no runs on, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1/2 inning, Pacelli, it's Creekside nothing, Pacelli coming to bat. You're watching Pacelli softball on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Imagine making your dreams a reality, achieving your goals and aspirations, and having a financial partner that understands your dreams never sleep. At Kinetic Credit Union, we're more than just a bank. We're 40,000 members strong, with local service, personal connections, and a nationwide network. Leading-edge technology to help you make financial decisions easier, smarter.
Bottom of the first inning, Creekside and Pacelli squaring off in softball action. Hey, special thanks to Glenn Smith for being our original presenting sponsor from day one. Their unmatched support and commitment to our community has helped fuel our mission to bring you the very best in local sports coverage. We're honored to partner again with them as we kick off year 4 together. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the batting order for the Pacelli Vikings. Emma Andrews, first base, will lead things off. Batting second, shortstop J.C. Watkins. Catcher Leah Jimenez will hit third, with Bella McBride, the third baseman, batting cleanup. Hitting fifth, Madison Green playing second base. Pitcher Tally Ellis will be batting sixth for the Vikings. Reagan Dixon in center field batting seventh. Lucy Champion in right batting eighth, and Amanda Acevedo in left field will be batting ninth. As for the defensive lineup for the Creekside Seminoles, Jada Farmer is in left field with Sherelle Ingram in center. Anissa Hall will be playing right field. Ivory Connor at third, Deja Wesley at short, Alana Taylor at second, and Deja Randall at first. Behind the plate, Sinai Smith. On the mound is Jada Wallace, the senior, making her first appearance in the circle this season for Creekside. And as I mentioned, Creekside off to a strong 4-1 start this season, several blowout victories. Meanwhile, the Vikings off to a 4-4 start, trying to see what they can do because they have played one district game. They fell in their opener, but tomorrow they'll be taking on Strong Rock in their second district game of the year. All right, let's get things cranked up here. As you can see, Wallace, a slow waller, so we will see how that affects Pacelli's timing. Emma Andrews, the first baseman, will lead things off. Emma is a sophomore. She's hitting 167 on the season, 4 runs scored. She also has a double on the season. And the Vikings anything what they can do about getting things off to a good start here in the bottom of the first inning. And the first pitch, inside, ball 1. The Vikings have to be careful. There's a timing issue here. Trying to tee off on slow can sometimes come back and bite you. A little bit high, ball 2. Larry Green, of course, the head coach. He's coaching third base. Jeremy Knight handling things down at first. Here's the 2-0. Outside, ball 3. So it's a 3-0 count on Emma Andrews. Emma trying to get on base, get things cranked up here in the bottom of the first of this scoreless contest. The 3-0. She takes it for strike 1. By the way, producer today is Chris Gates. He'll be taking care of things for us, making sure we see the best action you can see here at Gallman Field. Here's the 3-1. Inside, ball 4. So Andrews walking to lead off the ball game, and that will bring J.C. Watkins to the plate.
Now batting, number 1, J.C.
Watkins is a junior. She's hitting .429 on the season with 3 runs batted in, and she scored 15 runs. She's also hit 3 doubles. First pitch, swinging, fouled off into the trees along the first base side for strike 1. Again, this is a little tougher because they're used to seeing pitchers who sling it. This is a slow ball pitcher, which means there are going to be all kinds of timing issues and having all kinds of fun with that. Here's the 0-1 delivery. She ducks inside. It's a little bit inside. Throw down to first. Andrews kind of strayed a little bit far off first base. She dives in safely, no problem. No tag applied. So it's a count of 1-1 on J.C. Watkins. Here's the 1-1. Swinging, popped up down the third base line, and it is off the top of the fence and out of play. It was very close to being in play. Third baseman Ivory Connor thought she might have a shot at it, but hit the top of the cyclone fence down there along the third base line and popped out into the crowd. So the count now 1-2 on J.C. Watkins.
Let's go, JC.
Here's Wallace's delivery in the dirt. Runner goes. Andrews sliding in safely, easily for the stolen base. For Andrews, it's her 3rd stolen base of the season. So the Vikings are the runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. It's a 2-2 count on J.C. Watkins. The 2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Strike 3. Throw down to first. She is out. So 1 out now here in the bottom of the first inning. And that brings up Leah Jimenez, the catcher. She's an 8th grader, but she is the big bat, one of the big bats on this team. Jimenez hitting .474 on the season with 7 runs batted in. She's also had 4 doubles. That's why she's hitting in the 3 slot. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Watkins taking a big lead off second base. Looking for the opportunity with a slow pitcher, with a slow ball pitcher. It's an opportunity to try to steal something, to steal a base or 2. Swinging, line drive, past the shortstop. It goes out in left field for a hit. We'll give Jimenez a single to left field on that one. The line drive was right at Deja Wesley. He took a stab at it with her glove, missed it completely. So we have runners on first and third as Andrews advances to second base. We'll have a courtesy runner going in for the catcher. And that courtesy runner, Kendall Purnell. Purnell, of course, pretty fast. She's got 6 stolen bases on the season with runners on the corners. Opportunity for all kinds of mischief out there on the bases. By the way, our umpires today, Roger Coley is the home plate umpire. Jim McLeod making the calls on the bases. So here we go. Bella McBride, the third baseman, stepping up to the plate. McBride taking the first pitch. Not surprisingly, Purnell steals second base on that first pitch. McBride hitting .440 with 13 runs batted in on the season. Got a double, 4 triples, and the team's lone home run. Next pitch, strike. 1-1 count.
Hey, see it, Bella.
Again, Facing a pitcher throws this slow is a challenge for the Vikings. They're used to looking at faster deliveries. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. You want to swing and go for the fences, but sometimes you just got to hold up a little bit. Here's the 2-1. Up high. The runner, Andrews, off at third base, kind of challenging catcher Sinai Smith. They look at each other for a little bit, and then everybody retreats. So 3-1 count now, second and third. Cleanup hitter Bella McBride at the plate. Here's the 3-1 delivery. McBride taking an inside ball four, so the bases are now loaded with one out, and that will bring up second baseman Madison Green.
Let's go, Madison.
Green is a junior. She's hitting .417 on the season with 8 runs batted in. She's scored 8 times. She's got a double and a couple of triples, too. Vikings trying to put something on the board here. Bases juiced, 1 out. First pitch, Green. Ground ball through the hole is short for the base hit. 1 run in. Everybody else has to come. Purnell holds up, and when the throw gets to go to second base, goes awry. She keeps on trucking, and she comes in to score. So Madison Green with a 2-run single to left field, and the Vikings are on the board, taking a early 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Green held up and waited on that pitch, and then drove that ground ball through the left side of the infield, plating a couple of runs. That brings up Tally Ellis, the pitcher. First pitch to Ellis. Inside for ball 1. Ellis hitting .174 in the season. She's got a run batted in. She's also scored 8 runs and has a couple of doubles. Only 1 out, 2 runners on. A chance to add to that 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. The pitch. Fouled off. 4 strikes. Strike 1 now. 1-1 count on Tally Ellis. Vikings trying to work on that timing here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 2. 2-1 count now. McBride is on second. Madison Green on first. 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 3. So 3-1 count on Tally Ellis. Reagan Dixon on deck. Here's the 3-1. Way up there, gets away from catcher Sinai Smith. But it's ball 4. Nobody's going to go anywhere. The base is once again loaded here.
Let's go, Reagan.
Now batting number 99, Reagan.
So Reagan Dixon will come to the plate. We're going to have a courtesy runner, I suspect. Nope. Ellis will run. All right, Reagan Dixon coming to the plate. Dixon hitting .118 of the season, but she's got 3 runs batted in and scored 3 runs, and she's got a double on the season. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Dixon with a very good opportunity to add to that RBI total. Bases loaded, just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Pacelli with that 2-0 lead. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt, gets away from Sinai Smith. Runner breaks. Bella McBride sliding in safely. So the wild pitch brings in a run. So the Vikings with 3 runs here in this first inning. A good way to get things started. Couple of hits, some walks, a couple of gifts. They'll take them all the time. They'll take them all day long. So that's a 2-0 count on Reagan Dixon with runners in scoring position at second and third. Here's the delivery. Outside, a little bit high. So 3-0 count now on Dixon. The pitch. Swinging, fouled off into the screen, and the count is 3-1. Here's Wallace's 3-1 delivery. Lined into the gap and left, well, not into the gap, into center field. It is cut off, but it's going to bring home 2 runs. Call that one a double. Or rather, a single for Dixon to center, bringing in 2 more runs. Dixon going to second base on the throw in. So the Vikings with 5 runs here in the bottom of the first inning, looking for more as Lucy Champion comes to the plate. Champion, a junior, hitting .111. She scored 5 runs on the season. Here's the first pitch to Champion. Up high. Runner breaks for third. The throw off the third baseman's glove. And Dixon trots on home with run number 7 of the inning. Run number 6 of the inning. So a steal of second and then an error on the throw. And the Vikings plate another run. 6-0 Pacelli here in the first inning with just one out. And everybody's taking a chance to meet up and make sure get everybody on board here for the Creekside Seminoles. Hey, listen, Georgia Alabama Sports Live is excited to announce our partnership with Coca-Cola. We are proud to welcome Coca-Cola as a presenting sponsor and as an essential part of our team as we grow into the future. Classic taste, timeless memories. We're officially a Coke company. All right, nobody on. 6 runs here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 out for Pacelli. Number 8 hitter Lucy Champion at the plate, trying to see if she can get the train running again. Get him on, get him over, get him in. So far, it's been a good first for the Vikings. Here's Wallace's first pitch to Champion. Champion takes it up high, or excuse me, second pitch, so it's high, ball 2. 2-0 count on Lucy Champion. The delivery. Outside, ball 3. So a 3-0 count here. The 3-0 pitch. She takes it all, take it all the way. Ball, strike 1. I would have taken it all the way too. A 3-1 count now on Lucy Champion. Trying to get the parade started again. Pacelli with 6 runs already in the inning. Pitch in the dirt, gets past the catcher. Champion trotting down to first base. 4th walk of the inning.
Batting, number 19, Amanda.
And that brings up Amanda Acevedo, the junior left fielder. She comes to the plate. Amanda hitting .095 of the year, but 2 runs batted in, scored 5 runs. She also has a double on the year. First pitch up high, taken for ball 1. Fires down to first base. Champion scooting back to first. Acevedo looking to see what she could do about keeping the parade going here. Next pitch in the dirt, gets away from Sinai Smith, and Lucy Champion will go to second base on the wild pitch. So the Vikings with a runner in scoring position, 1 out here. Number 9 hitter Amanda Acevedo. 2-0 pitch. Outside, just a little bit outside. So 3-0 count now. We'll see if the junior left fielder is taking. Here's your 3-0 delivery. Taken for ball 4. So Acevedo walks. So we got runners on first and second, 1 out, and we batted around here in the first inning. Pacelli with 6 runs trying to add to it. Emma Andrews coming to the plate. She's the leadoff hitter in the lineup. Andrews earlier this inning walked and scored. Also stole second base. First pitch taken for a ball. Runners darting around out there right now. Trying to challenge to see if they get a throw. Here's the 1-0. Andrews takes it. Ball. Both runners off on the pitch. Sliding into third safely is Lucy Champion. Acevedo taking second. The thrower beat, but the third baseman, Ivory Connor, could not handle the throw. So Champion coming up with her 5th stolen base of the season. Steal number 3 for Acevedo. The pitch outside for a ball. 3-0 count now on Emma Andrews. Vikings, 6 runs in the inning, a couple more in scoring position. Andrews would love to add to that total. Pitch up high, ball 4. So another walk, and the bases are now loaded.
Now batting, number 1, JC.
And that brings up J.C. Watkins to the plate. Watkins struck out for the only out of the inning so far. She's the only one who hasn't been able to enjoy the day so far. Looking to change that. She's got bases juiced here with 1 out. A chance to add to their RBI total. First pitch, a little bit low, ball 1. Watkins with 3 ribbies on the year. 15 runs scored, which is what you want your leadoff hitter doing. 1-0 delivery. Swinging in the dirt. Strike 1. It's hard not to. They're coming up big. You want to hack at those. Patience. Patience is the key. We got Champion on third, Acevedo on second, Andrews on first. Watkins trying to move him. Pitch up high. Ball 2. 2-1 count now. Vikings looking to cash in big time here. Wallace. Here's her 2-1 delivery. Swung on, driven to right field, over the head of Anissa Hall, and here goes the merry-go-round. Champion scores, Acevedo scores. Here comes Dixon coming in to score on the triple. Throw home, gets away. It is a 3-run triple by J.C. Watkins. The bases clearing triple, and the Vikings have now taken a 9-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. She drove that one nicely. A nice rope to right field. Anissa Hall went after, but there was no way she was going to get it all the way to the fence. And, of course, with 3 swift runners, 3 runs come on home. That brings up Leah Jimenez up to the plate. First pitch gets past the catcher. Watkins not moving anywhere, though. Jimenez, first time up, singled to left field, and it kind of set things up for later runs. Here's the 1-0. Jimenez watching that one up too high, 2-0. And a runner breaks for home, and she slid into tag. She is out. Head coach Larry Green coming in to talk to plate umpire Roger Coley. He's going to argue that the catcher stepped out and illegally was blocking the base pad, allowing absolutely no place for the runner to go. Coley said, nope, she is out, so caught stealing on that one. So 2 outs now, nobody on for Jimenez. The Vikings, 9 runs on the board. Jimenez, one of the top hitters on the team. Takes a pitch for ball. That's ball 1. And the delivery. Again, in the dirt. Jimenez showing good plate discipline. If it's not worth hitting, it's not worth swinging at. Count now 2-0 on the catcher. 3-0, excuse me. 3-0 count. And the pitch way up high over Jimenez's head. Ball 4, so she walks. I would assume Kendall Purnell will come in and run for her. And that brings up Bella McBride to the plate, the third baseman. McBride walked and later scored in her first trip through in the inning. So the Vikings plating 9 runs in the inning so far. 2 outs, runner on first. That being Kendall Purnell. First pitch, Purnell off and running. Nope, she's not. She checks up. The throw down to first gets past the first baseman. Scooped up by right fielder Anissa Hall, but Purnell sliding into second base easily. So she goes to second on the error. Second error of the inning. So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Bella McBride looking to cash in on this on what has already been a 9-run inning. Next pitch, McBride lines it past the second baseman. This is going to go to the wall for extra bases. Purnell comes in to score easily. McBride pulling into second base with a stand-up double. So Bella McBride bringing home another run to make it 10-0 Vikings. She ripped that one. That was just a rope to the gap in right center field. An easy stand-up double for McBride. Madison Green coming to the plate. Green singled to left field, drove in the first 2 runs of the ball game earlier in this inning. First pitch is a strike, strike 1. Vikings being selective enough. 5 hits in the inning. Pitch a little bit high for ball 1. 1-1 count. And a pitch driven to the left side. It is foul. The Vikings with 10 runs, and in this inning they've got 6 hits and 7 walks. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2 count. 5 hits and 7 walks. They've had a dozen base runners. 10 of them across the plate. Here's a 2-2 in the dirt. Full count now. 3-2 count on Madison Green. Runner in second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The Vikings have already jumped out to that 10-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. And Bella McBride just steals third base unopposed on the walk. So runners now on the corners. That brings up Tally Ellis. She's the 15th hitter in the inning. Ellis walked and scored earlier in the inning. See what she can do to add this 10-0 lead. First pitch swinging, popped up toward left field. Will it fall in? It falls. It's off the glove of the third baseman. 1 run in, 2 runs in. The throw home gets chucked off into the screen. Ellis will wind up all the way at third base. So Ellis.
Now batting number 99, Reagan.
Ellis bringing in 2 more runs. And so the Vikings with a 12-run first inning. Reagan Dixon coming to the plate. She singled early. She singled in her first time up in the first. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball gets past the catcher. And Tally Ellis comes on in on the wild pitch. So make that 13 runs in the inning for the Vikings. The scorebook is starting to get a little bit sloppy here. The 16th hitter at the plate for the Vikings. Pitch up high, 1-1 count. Vikings up 13-0 already here in the first. Takes it inside for a strike. As I mentioned, Dixon singled in her first at bat, drove in a pair of runs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 2. 2-2 count. Vikings with 13, looking to add more. Here's Wallace's pitch. In the dirt again. 3-2 count now. Nobody on here. 2 outs. Vikings up 13-0. Here's the 3-2. Up way high, ball 4, so Dixon walks. So the merry-go-round begins once again. Lucy Champion coming to the plate. Champion walked and scored earlier in the inning.
Lucy.
Wallace's first pitch. In the dirt. Runner goes. Standing up, Dixon with the steal. Her second of the game, her 4th of the season. They give it to you, got to take it. That's all there's to it. Here's the windup of the 1-0. Strike. So 1-1 count here on Lucy Champion. Outside, ball 2. Vikings, 13, looking for more. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. 3-1 count now on Lucy Champion. Junior right fielder trying to see what you can do about adding to this total. 3-1, way up high, ball 4. So Champion walks for the second time in the ball game. And that brings up number 9 of hitter Amanda Acevedo. The Vikings have batted around twice here in the first, holding that 13-0 lead. 2 runners on. First pitch to Acevedo up high. Runners going. Dixon sliding into third. She is safe. So Dixon with another stolen base. Champion staying put at first. So they got runners on the corners, which of course can lead to mischief on the bases. 1-0 count. The pitch. Acevedo fouls it off behind the plate. Count now 1-1. Here's Wallace's 1-1 pitch. Up high, taking ball 2. Champion stealing second unmolested. That's her second steal of the day. Her 6th of the season. And the count now 2-1 on Amanda Acevedo, the junior. The pitch. In the dirt, gets past the catcher. And Reagan Dixon comes in and scores on the wild pitch. That's run number 14 of the inning. And the count 3-1 now on Acevedo. 3-1 pitch inside, ball 4. And Acevedo walks for the second time in the inning. They got runners on the corners.
Batting number 55.
2 outs, top of the lineup coming up again. Emma Andrews coming to the plate. She's walked twice and scored twice. Again, the Vikings up to a 14-0 lead. First pitch way up over the catcher's head. Champion comes in to score on the wild pitch. Acevedo goes to second. So 15 runs in the inning for the Vikings. They batted around twice. Number 19 hitter of the inning at the plate, Andrews. Emma Andrews takes it inside in the dirt. Count now 2-0. The Vikings have shown good plate discipline. They haven't been hacking at the slow pitches the way you might expect. 2-0 pitch up high, 3-0. 3-0 count now. The pitch, swinging, grounded back, comebacker to the pitcher, and it gets away from Jada Wallace. So
Now batting number 1, JC.
So Andrews is safe at first base. We got runners on the corners with 2 outs, and J.C. Watkins, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Watkins has struck out, and they hit a 3-run triple in this inning. Trying to see what she can add to that. Watkins now with 6 RBI on the season. Can she add to the total? Here's the first pitch to Watkins. Up high, ball 1. Amanda Acevedo on third, Emma Andrews on first. The 1-0. Swinging, ground ball up the middle, base hit. The 6th hit of the inning, and that brings in Amanda Acevedo. And the Vikings are now up to a 16-0 lead here in the first inning. Watkins' second hit of the inning. She's got 4 ribbies already.
Now batting number 18, Leah.
So Leah Jimenez coming to the plate, the catcher. She's singled and walked. First pitch up high, ball 1. The 2 runs, of course, were scored by her courtesy runner, Kendall Purnell. First and second, 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. Jimenez taking it outside for ball 2. 2-0 count. The parade continues for the Vikings here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Outside in the dirt, ball 3. Andrews looked, thought about it, decided not to go. 3-0 count. The pitch to Jimenez, up high, ball 4. So she walks once again. So the bases are now loaded.
Now batting number 21, Bella.
Bases now loaded with 2 outs. Pinch runner, of course, Kendall Purnell coming on in to run for Jimenez. Bella McBride has walked and scored, and then she hit a double. Drove in a pair of runs. Here's her 3rd trip to the plate here in the first inning. Bases are loaded. First pitch up high. Couldn't hit that with the boat order. That was way up. So ball 1. 1-0 count. Vikings look to take advantage of things. They've got 6 hits in the inning. Pitch driven to center field. And it's hauled in by the center fielder, Sherelle Ingram, but that ends the inning. But in the inning, you've got 16 runs on 6 hits. There were 5 errors and 3 runners left on base. So at the end of 1 inning, the Pacelli Vikings 16, Creekside nothing. You're watching Vikings softball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Imagine making your dreams a reality, achieving your goals and aspirations, and having a financial partner that understands your dreams never sleep. At Kinetic Credit Union, we're more than just a bank. We're 40,000 members strong with local service, personal connections, and a nationwide network. Leading-edge technology to help you make financial decisions easier, smarter, and safer. We are Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Pacelli holding a 16-0 lead over the Creekside Seminoles. By the way, that fly out to end the inning wasn't a fly out. Turns out the runner on third base, Emma Andrews, left early, so it was a dead ball out, and McBride will come back to open up hitting in the bottom of the second inning. But let's get back to the top of the second inning, where the 5, 6, and 7 hitters will be coming to play for Creekside. For Creekside, leading things off will be Ivory Connor, the third baseman. Connor hitting 200 on the season with a 1 RBI, 5 runs scored. On the mound, you got Tally Ellis, who went through the first inning with 1 walk, with strikeout and a couple of walks. Some good defense, including a caught stealing. First pitch, strike 1. The Vikings, 16 runs in the first. Looking to see what they can do, finish things off quickly as possible. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A little steam on that one. Vikings taking care of business so far. Here's Ellis's 0-2. Not quite. Ball 1. 1-2 count on Ivory Connor. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2. 2-2 count now on Ivory Connor. Hey, make sure to follow Georgia Alabama Sports Live on all social media platforms. That way you can get up-to-date info on local sports in your area. Do not miss a game. And, hey, subscribe to all the pages. 2-2. Up a little high. So the count is now full on Ivory Connor, the third baseman. Connor, a senior. Ellis looks in. Gets a sign from Jimenez. Here's the 3-2. In the dirt, gets past Jimenez, but chases it down quickly. So ball 4. So leadoff hitter gets on in the top of the second inning. It brings up Alana Taylor, the second baseman. Taylor looking for her first hit of the season. Ellis looking for her first out of the inning. First pitch, a little bit low, ball 1. Connor on third base, or on first base rather. She's got 10 steals, so they have to be very aware. Creekside is fast. They've got 97 stolen bases in 5 games. Next pitch, catches a corner, strike 1. 1-1 count. Ellis in the circle and delivers. Little low, ball 2. 2-1. 2-1 count now on Ilana Taylor. The pitch. Strike, catches the corner. 2-2 count now. 2-2 count. And Ellis's delivery. Strike 3, looking. Strike 2, and that's out number 1 here in the inning. Second strikeout of the evening for Ellis. And that brings up number 7 hitter Jada Farmer, the left fielder. Farmer coming into the game, hitting .250. She scored 3 runs. Vikings holding that 16-0 lead. Looking to make quick work here in the top of the second. Here's Ellis's first delivery to Farmer. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ellis working fairly quickly. Does the rubber. Here's the 0-1. A little bit inside, ball 1. Vikings trying to cement things here. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2. 4-4 start's a pretty good start for the Vikings. They have done well here in this first full season of actual varsity play. Vikings getting ready for tomorrow when they have to make the trip to Strong Rock for their second district game of the year. 2-2 pitch, or 1-2 pitch fouled off. She stays alive. Jada Farmer staying alive. Count remaining 1-2. Here's Ellis's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the freshman's got 3. That's got 3 strikeouts so far here on the evening. And that'll bring up number 8 hitter Anissa Hall, the right fielder. Hall hitting 167 with a run batted in and 6 runs scored. She also has 10 stolen bases. As I mentioned, Creekside is a team that has run wild all season long. They've got a runner on first, 2 outs here. First pitch, runner going, throw down to second. Hits the runner. Looks like it struck her in the shoulder. She slides in. She was going to be safe anyway. The throw is off a little bit. So a stolen base for Ivory Connor, her 11th of the season. Runner on second, 2 outs here. Top of the second. Count. The second pitch to Hall. Taken for a ball. So it's a 2-0 count on Anissa Hall here. Here's Ellis's delivery. A little bit high, 3-0. 3-0 count now. As for Hall, I'm guessing the senior's going to be looking on this one. We will see. Ellis trying to focus. 3-0 pitch. Yeah, strike 1. So 3-1 count now. Three-one delivery outside, ball 4. Fourth walk of the evening for Ellis. And I'll bring up Jada Wallace, the pitcher, the number 9 hitter. Wallace looking for her first hit on the season, though she does have a run batted in, scored 7 runs. Pacelli up 16-0 here in the top of the second inning, but Creekside threatening with 2 runners on with 2 outs. First pitch to Wallace, a little bit outs. It catches the corner. Nice. A lot of steam on that one, too. Strike 1. Here's Ellis's 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nicely done. So an 0-2 count here on number 9 hitter Jada Wallace. Creekside trying to make the most of this advantage here, of their chances here, with 2 runners on, 2 outs. The pitch. Ground ball toward third. Bella McBride steps on the base, and that ends the inning. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. At the end of 1 1/2 innings, Pacelli 16, Creekside nothing. You're watching Vikings softball on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back to Gallman Field. The Pacelli Vikings holding a 16-0 lead over Creekside, trying to finish things off to pick up their 5th win of the season. Hey, have you downloaded the Pacelli Sports app? Team rosters, sports schedules, and details about Vikings Victory Booster Club sponsors, they're at your fingertips. Search for Pacelli Sports in the App Store or on Google Play or visit PacelliSports.org for details. All right, that bottom of the first inning was pretty wild for the Vikings. They sent 22 hitters to the plate. In all, the inning took 40 minutes. The Vikings with 6 hits, took 12 walks, and took full advantage, scoring 16 runs on the inning. And leading things off will be the cleanup hitter, Bella McBride. The Vikings in that first inning showing good plate discipline. Jada Wallace, a slow baller. They're used to pitchers who sling it, and that can really mess with your timing. You have to be careful because everything comes up there looking like a grapefruit. But if it's not in the strike zone, if it's not hittable, you ain't going to hit it. And so you have to wait and wait and wait. And sometimes it gets frustrating for a team that's used to seeing pitches coming at them in the 50, 60 mile an hour range. So McBride, in her first 2 plate appearances, she walked and scored and then doubled in a pair of runs and came in and scored as well. First pitch, swinging, driven to right field, in shallow left, and falls in front of Jada Farmer for a base hit. It was kind of one of those in no man's land deal. It was over the head of shortstop Deja Wesley in front of Jada Farmer, but neither one could get to it. It fell on the green grass just outside the lip of the infield. Dropped in for that single. So the Vikings getting things started here in the second, already up 16-0. That brings up Madison Green. In the first, Madison singled. It's a 2-run single, and she scored, and then she walked and scored. Coming up the plates to see what she can do about adding to this. Green, the junior. Again, taking the first pitch for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Swung, popped up towards short, and it goes past through the glove of Deja Wesley. So everybody is safe. We're going to call that one an error. And so runners on first and second. The ball gets away in the infield. That allows McBride to come over to third. So now Pacelli with runners on the corners and Tally Ellis coming to the plate. Vikings already up 16-0. 1 hit in the inning. First pitch to Ellis. Runner going. Ellis driving it to center field, and it is caught by Sherelle Ingram, but a run comes in to score. And Madison Green slides in safely to second on the fielder's choice. So it's a sac fly for Tally Ellis, bringing in a run, and it's now 17-0 Pacelli.
Now batting number 99, Reagan.
Reagan Dixon coming to the plate. She singled in 2 runs in her first at bat, and she came in to score. In her second at bat, she walked and scored. She's got 3 stolen bases on the evening already. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Green danced around a little bit. She's thinking about it. Here's the 1-0. Up high, ball 2. Vikings up 17-0, and now a mound conference. Nope. A position switch. The first baseman and third baseman are swapping. Deja Randall's moving to third base. Ivory Connor moving to first. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Green breaking for third, and she is out. Thrown out, stealing for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs here now. Nobody on base. Reagan Dixon at the plate. The pitch to Dixon, up high, ball 3. 3-1 count now. Green broke for third. And catcher Sinai Smith gunned her. There was no question about that one. Here's the pitch. Driven to left field in foul territory. And almost, but not quite chased down by the left fielder. So that's just a long strike. So the count now 3-2 on Reagan Dixon. Time's been called by head coach Carla McKinney. And a position switch going on. Jada Wesley heads out to left field. So Jada Wesley has now moved to left field. placing Jada Farmer. And now the 3-2 delivery to Dixon. She takes it, ball 4. So the parade can begin again. Vikings with a runner on first and 2 outs. Lucy Champion at the player. Throw down to first. That's not Lucy. Is that Lucy Champion at the plate? No. Nope, that's Kendall Purnell. Kendall Purnell hitting for Champion. Pitch to Purnell up high, ball 2. 2-0 count. Dixon, throw down it for Dixon. Dixon fake going to second. It was a little closer than you think. So Purnell, 2-0 pitch to Purnell. Taking it, ball 3. Purnell on the season hitting .333. Got a 1-run batted in, 14 runs scored. Now let's add to that. She's scored 16 runs now. She's already scored 2 runs as a courtesy runner in this ball game. Pitch to Purnell, popped up towards shortstop, and it is caught by Deja Wesley, and that ends the inning. So in the inning, the Vikings with 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 errors and 1 runner left on base. So at the end of 2 complete innings, Pacelli 17, Creekside nothing. You're watching Vikings softball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. All right, welcome back to Gallman Field here for the top of the 3rd inning. Pacelli leading at 17-0, looking to close things out against Creekside. Hey, it's a great day to be a Viking. St. Anne Pacelli Catholic School, one of 353 schools in America to earn National Blue Ribbon School status from the U.S. Department of Education in 2023. National Blue Ribbon schools articulate a vision of academic excellence and hold everyone to high standards. This huge achievement would not be possible without our students, faculty, staff, parents, and Pacelli community working together. All right, go to the top of the 3rd inning, top of the order up for Creekside. Creekside trailing 17-0. Pacelli trying to close things out. First pitch swinging. Desire Randall grounds it to short, over to first. She has it beat. That's the first hit of the game for the Seminoles. Infield hit for Randall to lead off the top of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Deja Wesley, the shortstop, who struck out in her first at-bat. The Vikings, it's after 3 innings, 15 runs is the run rule. So the Vikings looking to close things out and call it a day. This game's been going on for 1 hour now. First pitch fouled off over the screen for strike 1. Ellis so far has just given up just 1 hit, struck out 3 and walked 4. In the circle for the 0-1. Pitch in the dirt. 1-1 count. Randall looked like she was thinking about going, but Leah Jimenez corralled that one fairly easily. 1-1 pitch. Runner going. Ground ball towards second to Chopper. Madison Green over to first. Gets the runner for out number 1. Good play. The ball was chopped to second base, and Desire Randall did some really good base running. She screened Madison Green on that hopper, made it difficult for her. Green flipped it over to Emma Andrews and got the runner by a step for that first out. So runner on second with 1 out. Sanai Smith coming to plate. Smith She walked and stole second in the first inning, was left on base. Ellis, first pitch to Randall up high, or to Smith rather, high, ball one. Randall breaks for third, the throw down. She slides in safe. Close play at first base. A delayed steal by Desire Randall. Leah Jimenez gunned it down to third. Bella McBride put the tag on, but not quite in time. So she is safe. Runner on third with one out here. Sanai Smith stepping up to the plate here at 6 o'clock as the bells at St. Anne's Catholic Church go off. Big swing and a miss. So 1-1 count now on Sanai Smith. The bells will be going for a little while here. It's not just 6 o'clock, but of course they'll be ringing the bells for the hours too. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike two. Throw down to third, we got him in a rundown, but nope. Leah Jimenez fired a bullet down to Bella McBride, and it caught Randall in a rundown, but McBride had problems hanging on to it, and Randall comes in to score the first run of the ball game for Creekside. It is now 17-1. The count now 1-2 with one out. Sanai Smith up at the plate. Ground ball to short. To Hopper over to first, and that is out number two. Nice play by J.C. Watkins. Scooped it up, fired over to Emma Anders, got her by 2 steps. So now 2 outs here in the third inning. A 17-1 contest. The Vikings need one more out to close things out. And we got a change in position. Jackie Ringrose going out to right field. That shifts Purnell to center. And that brings in Reagan Dixon trotting on in. Getting Jackie Ringrose a little bit of work out there in right field. A little mound conference, a little high-fiving going on out there. The Vikings, again, 1 out away from finishing things off here in this ball game, taking on Creekside, leading at 17-1. 15 runs is the run rule. Stepping out of plate is Sherelle Ingram, the center fielder, hitting cleanup. The junior grounded to second in her first at bat. Tally Ellis trying to chalk up her third victory of the season on the hill, or in the circle. Got to remember what sport this is. And the first pitch. Lined to left field for a single. It hops away from outfielder Katie McBurnett. And the single turns into, it's a hit and an error. So single to center. And so there's a runner in scoring position. The Vikings haven't closed things out yet. Ivory Connor stepping to the plate. She's now playing first base. Time called by Larry Green. Green making a position change. There he goes, shuffling things around again. Yep. Okay. So Kendall Purnell coming in from center field, taking over at third base right at this point. And Mariska Raza into the game. And the first pitch, Ivory Connor. Strike one. So it's a 0-1 count on Ivory Connor, who's looking to try to keep the game alive for the Seminoles. Swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 count now. Down to the last strike. Vikings trying to close it out here. 17-1 in the third. Ellis delivers. Fouled off into the trees. Count remains 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and miss, strike three, and that is your ball game. In the inning, Creekside, 1 run on 2 hits. There was 2 errors, and 1 runner left on base. And that we can put this one into the books. The Pacelli Vikings taking care of business, taking this one 17-1. Let's take a look at this ball game here. First of all, Tally Ellis on the mound, picking up her 3rd win of the season. Ellis going 3 innings, giving up just 2 hits and 1 run, which was unearned, striking out 3 and walking 4. At the plate, there was several big highlights on this one. J.C. Watkins with that bases clearing triple in that 40-minute first inning. There was a couple of 2-run singles. We had Reagan Dixon with a 2-run single. We had Bella McBride with a 2-run double. A 16-run first inning set things up. So the Pacelli Vikings chalking up a 17-1 victory on 7 hits. And they take care of business to move to 5-4 on the season. Now the Vikings play a big ball game tomorrow. They will hit the road. They'll head to Strong Rock and take out Strong Rock in the second district game of the season. The Vikings trying to even up their district record here in this first season of varsity play since the revival of the softball program. It was a good evening for the Vikings as they chalk up that win 17-1. All Vikings all night. That's the way they wanted to do it. So let's wrap things up here from Gallman Field. For producer Chris Gates, I'm Dave Plata. Thank you for watching. You've been watching Vikings softball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.